and welcome to this week's edition of the Majin News, the place where you can get a quick overview of the goings-on in the world of Dragon Ball from around the world. Without further ado, here are the biggest news announcements from the previous week. Following the release of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie back in April, concerns and annoyance have mounted over the quality of the home release of said production. There had been reports that the Funimation DVDs that had been on sale were being shipped with a green tint, something that had been similarly reported for broadcast editions of Dragon Ball Z Kai The Final Chapters. When the news broke last month, as reported by the likes of Anime AJ and various other purchasers of the disc, Funimation was unavailable for comment, despite other distributors of the movie stating that their versions contained no tinting of the frames. Since then, Funimation has gone on the record as to the condition of their home release in a short statement given to Anime News Network. In it, Funimation clarified that Funimation's home entertainment release of Dragon Ball Super Broly utilised the same master as the US and Canadian movie release. It is identical to what audiences watched in North American theatres earlier this year. Despite clarifying the situation in the two-sentence statement, this does not address the comparisons that audience members had been making with the UK release of the movie, which is reported to contain no green tints of any kind, whilst also using the English audio tracks. Could this mean that the copy of the movie that Funimation received from Toei Animation was inferior to foreign markets? Or might it simply be a technical issue involving colour correction in-house? Until Funimation is willing to respond further to these matters, Majin News suggests that buyers wait for the manga entertainment release coming later in May. On the most recent edition of This Week on Xbox, Major Nelson, the presenter of the program, let slip that JANEMBA was the 6th character to be included in the second season of downloadable content for the game Dragon Ball FighterZ. The comment came after an acknowledgement of the Japanese holiday on May the 9th known as Goku Day. Major Nelson said exactly, "To celebrate today, you can get GT Goku and JANEMBA skins for Dragon Ball FighterZ." The website Event Hubs then went on to clarify that even though this could have easily been brushed under the carpet, so to speak, as a mistake on the presenter's part, Xbox's own Twitter account decided to double down on the fact being legitimate. This is the first mention of JANEMBA in Dragon Ball FighterZ we've ever seen, though it was a bit confusing that the word skins was included in there. This started out as what fans believed was an accidental leak, but apparently it's legitimate. The official Xbox Twitter account responded to several followers on Twitter about the leak and confirmed that the character was indeed announced. Even though May the 9th came and went with no sign of JANEMBA being ready for download, the other content indeed arrived, which includes the long-awaited Kid Goku character, which has been received relatively well by the community as a well-rounded addition. With Kid Goku came an update in the form of patch 1.17, which includes character fixes, tweaks, and a few more modes for players to get to grips with, including a brand new replay channel, as well as modifications to the combo challenges, which players who are wishing to get good find great satisfaction. On top of this, Bandai Namco and Kanzenshu reported the inclusion of 2 new features. FighterZ Cup, a monthly competition where players can fight and collect points for their respective Z Union, and Party Battle, co-op fights where 3 players can join forces to defeat fearsome bosses. The inclusion of a monthly contest plus 3v3 mode may be part of the long-term strategy for fighters, as well as perhaps encouraging players to remain with the game after dwindling enthusiasm for the title in the esports arena, following below-average EVO 2019 numbers in lieu of Shueisha's tactics over the winter. The patch is available now. The 12th episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime will be aired sometime in late June. The episode entitled Calling All Super Warriors Universe 7's Decisive Battle will be screened online as per earlier episodes, but is the first episode in 2019 not to have been given a specific release date, unlike its past 2 outings. The last episode coming out on May the 9th, or more better known currently as Goku Day. After episode 11's release, concerns over quality for the miniseries have begun to be equalled with mentions of content being repeated, when Jiren and Zamasu duelled in both episode 10 and episode 11. In both outings, Jiren appeared to be surprised with the revelation of Zamasu's immortality, despite discovering the revelation in episode 10. Questions of writing and animation aside, the series shall continue past its 1-year anniversary when the series debuted in June of last year. Following Aside from the rumors of a big announcement on Goku Day, the supposed announcement of a new series of Super failed to materialize, and instead, a contest was announced where 59 people could find themselves a winner of a super luxurious present should they vote in said competition, as translated by the Twitter user DexHoldershield. The contest consists of entrants voting on which Goku is their favourite, and some of the examples are drawn by the new character designer for the main series of Dragon Ball, Naohiro Shintani, showcasing some of Son Goku's more iconic designs in a new way. This contest is unfortunately only available to residents of Japan, but international audiences can indeed appreciate the various iterations of Goku in the brand new design model of Dragon Ball from 2018 and beyond. And finally, in a recent interview the show's creator did to commemorate the release of the Broly movie comic in Japan on May the 2nd, the answer as to which main Saiyan is the best father has been put to rest. Akira Toriyama mentions that it is Vegeta who he considers to be the better role model, as translated by the Twitter user and Dragon Ball YouTube enthusiast CypherDB. Cypher summarizes that Vegeta displays just a bit more affection towards his children than Goku does his, and questions whether it isn't the influence of his beloved Bulma, though this isn't directly attributed to Toriyama. This answer caps off a long-run debate amongst fans as to who is the best dad out of Goku and Vegeta, and with this allusion coming from the show's creator and showrunner himself, this goes some way of putting this discussion towards some kind of conclusion. One thing's for sure, Vegeta is certainly a better father than his own father. That is all from today's Majin News. If you have any news concerning Dragon Ball that may be of interest to us, use the hashtag MajinNews and we shall credit you and fact check the information. Thank you. And until next week, it's goodbye from us.